Hi there, everybody. This is David, and I'm coming to y'all with some breaking news and some leaks. And this one here comes from I Am a Hero 2, who has a pretty stellar track record behind him. And it's in regards to Persona 6. We've heard some news about Persona 6 over the last couple of months, even probably a year now or so, I must say. It's been quite a bit of time, and Persona 5, that was about a long time ago, so it is high time that Persona 6 comes. And I, for one, am definitely looking forward to it. And a lot of these leaks that I see here, this is good news. I'm personally looking forward to some of the changes. As far as I'm concerned, Persona is one of the more formulaic RPGs out there. Like, it's so formulaic that it not only follows, like, you know, a day cycle, but also a morning, afternoon, night cycle, and it's just like, you know, it's very structured. And some people do like that structure. Some other people think that structure could be just a little bit, you know, drudgery. And I tend to fall into that camp where I'm like, oh, what do I do at night? I don't know. I need to max out these social links, everything else. Oh, let me check a guide to make sure that I do everything properly, exactly by the T, to get everybody's social link as high as humanly possible, and I don't miss a day, if you know what I mean. And sometimes I do fall into that trap, and it doesn't lead to the most enjoyable game experience. But some of these changes that I'm seeing here will lead to a more enjoyable experience, and it has mostly to do with the game's overworld as well as social link mechanics. So it says here that Persona 6 is going to be featuring a semi-open world and more fluid social link structures. So Persona, in and of itself, has always prided itself on being kind of a real world sort of game. It's always taking place, you know, in a real city, starring real people doing real things, going to club, going to work, having to study, things like that. So it makes sense that it would be more real world and that those social links would be more fluid, because just like in the real world, you can go wherever you want, whenever you want to. You know what I mean? You're not constricted by a certain day. And just like in the real world, you can hang out with your friends on whatever day you want to and do whatever it is that you want to with your friends. So I think that this is a really good idea, and it would lead to a lot more or I guess a lot less frustration with what you can do and when you can do it and how it is structured. This, again, comes from the leaker I Am a Hero 2, and it says here, there's been a fair amount of rumors surrounding Persona 6 over the past few years. Despite there being little concrete evidence of the game existing, that hasn't stopped fans from speculating or hearing about something potentially related to the game. One of the latest rumors is focused on how Persona 6 will overhaul its longtime social link mechanic and structure of the world. So this information was shared on a Reset Era thread discussing the rumored game, and specifically about how Persona 6 will possibly be using the high school setting again. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think that, you know, the audience, the Persona audience has grown up along with the games, and we're ready for maybe a college experience. If not a college experience, then like a worker's experience. We're ready for something different. Something different. I hate to harp on this, but just like how the Like a Dragon series, the Yakuza series, how that stars, you know, Ichiban, who was like a hobo and everything, and he's just like a regular worker guy. Like, that would be a great way for Persona to kind of change. That series is still very real world, just like Persona. That series is still kind of quirky and out there, you know what I'm saying? And it still has, you know, bonding events with your characters, and just like that, just like Persona does. So I would love to see Persona kind of not play it as safe and go off and do its own thing and do something different, even if that just means going to college instead of high school. Just that little tiny change might make all the difference in the world. It says there, in this thread, the notable leaker has claimed that alongside this setting being retained, meaning the high school setting, the game will be adopting a semi-open world experience. They also state that social links will be a lot more fluid in the next game as well, claiming players will be more interactive compared to past entries, and there will be fewer time restrictions. I think that is fantastic. I cannot wait for that, because One of the most stressful things to me about the Persona series, again, is making sure that I do all the social links in the right order, that I get them up there as quickly as possible, and, you know, a lot of the times, I again, am guilty. I'm kind of following a guide of doing that. So, yeah, I do hope that it will be just a little bit more open, not as structured, not as like, you have to go here in the morning, okay, now it's time for school, you have to go here, okay, at nighttime you have to go here and talk to this person to go on a date in order to get up your social links. So I think that that would be a really good idea. I do want to know what you guys think about these changes as well. And then we have some more leaks that I do want to talk about. It says, other leaks about Persona 6 have previously claimed that the game is targeting a 2025 or even 2026 release window and we multi-platform out of the gate. Multi-platform out of the gate. We know that Atlus lately has been partnering a lot with Xbox. What they'll do is they'll go to Xbox first, and they'll do like a little timed exclusivity, but it's not really even a timed exclusivity. It's like, you have 3 days. I don't get it. You have 3 days to be like, yeah, this is Xbox. And then Sony comes out literally 3 days later. Oh, hey, by the way, it's also on our systems too. You know, so people will be like, oh, you know, I remember the first time it happened, everybody was like, wait, what? That game's going to be on Xbox only? And then Sony went and, you know, was like, hey, no, it's over here too. So I think that that's what's going to be happening here. But also, 2025, 2026 even. What other system is going to be out in those years? I wonder. The Switch 2. So yeah, more than likely this is going to be on the PS5, the Xbox, as well as the Switch 2. I would be wondering if it would be backwards compatible with the normal Switch, with the regular Switch. And I also wonder if would it come to PC. More than likely, I think it would come to PC, and more than likely, I do think that it would also be backwards compatible with the normal Switch. I think it would come out for the regular Switch as well. Considering that Persona, it's not exactly like the most powerful hardware pushing game known to man, if you know what I mean. So it would make sense for them to put it on, you know, on the normal Switch as well. It says here, Atlus apparently also has plans to release a number of Persona spin-offs and re-releases to build anticipation for this rumored 6th game, such as a remaster of the Persona 2 duology, which I came to y'all about a couple months ago whenever that was first leaked by Midori, and it says, which has previously been discussed by Head on the Block as well. So if you don't know, Head on the Block is also I'm a Hero 2. They have kind of a thing, but I don't want to get into that. They're the same person, essentially. These claims, however, are still just rumors at the end of the day, so fans should take them with a massive grain of salt until Atlus says otherwise. So yeah, these are leaks, these are rumors, but you know what we do here? We like to have fun, and we like to discuss these leaks and rumors, or at least I do. I think that this is like one of the most fun parts of being a video game fan. You know, like back in the day, before the internet, you know how you got your leaks or your rumors? You read a magazine, you open up the Nintendo Power, and they'd be like, hey, this game's in development, or this game's in development, and sometimes those games would never come to America. Like, there was an article about Mother 1 on the NES, which we obviously never got. There was another article about this game called Hit the Ice, which was an RPG kind of hockey crossover game, which I think never released in America as well as Japan. It was just like left on the cutting room floor. But that's how we got our information back in the day. This is how we now get our information today, is through the internet, is through leakers, and through rumors. And I'd like to come to y'all to let you know just everything that's happening in the RPG sphere, and just to discuss it, because I think it's fun, and it's just something really fun to do. I love doing this. I love coming to y'all with these breaking news stories. And again, I do want to hear what you think about this news. If you think that Persona 6 will be semi-open world, if you think that these social links will be more fluid, and if so, how do you feel about that? Do you think that it's good news? Do you think it's bad news? What do you feel about the high school setting? Are you like me? Do you want them to grow up? Are you okay with it being in high school? Would you rather them move on to college? Would you rather the setting change? Maybe it's not in Japan anymore. Again, going back to the Like a Dragon series, maybe it's going to be in Hawaii. Maybe it could be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what y'all think about this, because to me, it's just fascinating. I would love to know. And as always, everyone, if you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good day.